Hi, Zeus here. So what do you do when you have a 8BoostedIce Grappler base that you can't BART the grappler? I call it flood the zone. I'm going to show you how to use this technique as I beat global number 4, global number 8, and another high-level, very well-constructed base. So a very high-level base just spawned on my map, and let's scout it out, see who it is. Let's see. It is global number 4. So let's scout this base out, see what he's got. So he's got 8 boosted ice statues, and he's got a very high level grappler with 88,000 health, 2 shock launchers positioned smartly behind the core, a laser beam in front, so that's going to kill off some of my bombardiers as I attack. So it's a well-constructed base. What you need to do to beat a base like this is you have to BART one of the shock launchers to begin. And it's actually poorly designed because there aren't a lot of cannons or boom cannons back there to kill off your Scorchers as they get grabbed by the grappler. So we're going to start out by BARTing this shock launcher. If you don't BART one of the shock launcher, your Scorchers can never get up the damage to kill off the grappler after they get grabbed and they emerge from the smoke that you are supposed to put them under after they get grabbed. Now, one point here is we have to save the critter boxes for late in this attack. So we're just going to try to thread our troops through, and if we lose a few going through the boom mines in the front row, so be it. And we throw down a couple of shocks to take down these combinations of boom cannons and cannons so they don't do a huge amount of damage to our Scorchers before they get grabbed. And we throw down 1 shock to suppress the grappler and a smoke just in case, because we don't want to miss having smoke down when our guys get grabbed like that. Not good. I forgot to put the smoke down. So let's get the smoke back down there. And now as we're losing Scorchers, we're respawning them using Dr. Gavan's second wind. Now, it's okay that all of our Scorchers are in the rear at this point because all of the troops are, all of the defenses rather, are shooting at the grapplers captured Scorchers. And our bombardiers are just pounding away. Now, at this point, we've got to throw down some critters to distract the grappler and the few remaining weapons up front, or the grappler is going to start grabbing our Kavan and our bombardiers, and that's a surefire way to getting wiped out. So the grappler's gone down at this point, and we just have to take out the rocket launcher, which is in range of our bombardiers, and the shock launcher, and we can win. So we're going to flare to each one of those. The rocket launcher is actually more dangerous, so I flared to it first, and I'm just going to let it go. They're going to take out these 2 cannons, which really aren't a threat at this point. But there's no point using any more gunboat energy because the base is beaten. I'm going to throw down some critters just to expedite the process of taking the base down. So cool, global number 4 goes down. Now this is an extremely hard base to beat on the first try, but with this technique you can do it pretty consistently. At least I can do it pretty consistently. And so if you learn this technique, it can beat really any grappler base that you're going to face. All right, well, cross back over 1600 VP, and I took some heavy losses on that, so that's going to deplete my gold. But luckily, I've got a big store of gold in my daily operation boat, almost 3.4 million gold, so I'm not too concerned about that.
1 hour later.
So another high-level player has just spawned on my map. Let's scout this guy out and see who it is. Oh, it's one of the top 10 guys. He's got a high-level grappler, 88,000 health. And this is a well-constructed base. He's got the 2 shock launchers behind the HQ, and he's got a bunch of cannons and boom cannons in range of anything that the grappler grabs. So if there isn't smoke laid down, they're not going to survive very long. It's global number 8. All right, so let's go attack him and flood the zone and take him down. All right, so we have to BART one of these shock launchers again to start the battle. And this one's better to BART because it's next to the boom cannon and the sniper tower, and we're going to damage both of them badly as we BART down that shock launcher. So the shock launcher's gone. And I'm just going to throw one more bomb down to take down the boom cannon and the sniper tower, which is a bonus because of poorly designed base in that part of the base. All right, so again, we're not going to use any critter boxes, and we may lose a few troops on the landing as a direct result. All right, that one I had to do something about. That was just too many guys to lose. Too many mines there. Because we got to hold on to the critter boxes until the end, when it's just the grappler against our bombardiers and cryoneers up front. So as the first Scorcher goes down, we throw in Kavan and do second wind. And we've thrown down smoke, and our Scorchers are getting grabbed one by one into the smoke. Lost another Scorcher, so we're going to spawn second wind again. And now we lift the smoke, and it's just mayhem as we flood the zone there. Throw down the critter box to protect our troops up front of the core. And meanwhile, they're just pounding down the last few defenses that are in front or at the side of the core. And we are losing some Scorchers, but they're doing a lot of damage to that grappler. And while the grappler's still going, there's a lot of damage per second being done to the grappler. And we've got all those critters to grab. And every time the grappler grabs a critter, the critter actually starts doing damage to the grappler too. And that one MVP critter gets slaughtered as he knocks the grappler down. All right, so we don't want to lose any more troops because gold is important as you're pushing. So we flared back everybody to the front of the core out of range of the defenses while they took down the rest of the base. All right, so global number 8 goes down. Super cool, and not too bad on the losses there. And again, I crossed back to above 1600. Restock my troops, and it was a pretty successful attack.
1 hour later.
So I just had another player base spawn on my map, and this is yet again another grappler base, and he's got 8 boosted ice, including one that's hidden behind those trees, and right there. And this base is even better designed than the other two that are in the top 10. He's got 2 cannons in the back there. He's got a boom cannon and the 2 shock launchers behind the base. But luckily, he's got less health on his ice, and the grappler's only got 79,000 health. So we can actually BART that, and that's the safest course with this extremely well-designed base. because it's going to be hard to beat this base, you know, if we don't BART up that grappler. So the grappler's down, and you know, our gunboat energy is severely depleted. So we're going to have to, you know, launch our troops, and we start with only about 34 gunboat energy. So we're going to hold off putting down any shocks until we get closer to the large groups of cannons and boom cannons that are protecting immediately next to the core and are in groups. And that makes our shocks more effective because we're taking out a group of defenses and not just one or two, since we don't have a lot of extra gunboat energy to throw down shocks. So we're starting to lose Scorchers, and we're throwing down a second wind to try to regenerate our troops. But things are dying really fast here. Again, this guy's got an extremely well-designed base, and I started out with not a lot of energy. Now, luckily, we're just about ready to take down that one rocket launcher on the left. The boom cannon on the right just went down, and all we've got left, but it's a lot, are a shock launcher, a rocket launcher, and another shock launcher behind the core. Now, these are going to grind us down, so we're going to have to do a Hail Mary flare to take each one down in sequence. And you can't start in the middle with the rocket launcher, else you're going to kill yourself. So this time I chose to start left, center, and then right. And then flaring back, except I just realized there was a mine where I flared them too, so that was really stupid. And there's a bunch of critters there to distract the boom cannon. So, you know, this base is beaten, but you can see, you know, I've taken extremely high losses. Every Scorcher's dead, every Criner's dead, and I only have 3 of my original bombardiers left. Well, one that was resuscitated with second wind. So we beat the base, but a very, very well-designed base. So kudos to my Chinese opponent here, and did a nice job on his base design. All right, base goes down, and we've beaten it. So in this video, I've shown you a range of ways to beat high-level grappler bases, including flood the zone and the straight-up BART and attack. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, very heavy losses on that one. With that victory, now number 124 in the world and number 24 in the United States, except that everybody on the leaderboard of the United States is not from the United States. So I'm probably actually number 1 in the United States. So if you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and thanks as always to Hercules for help with the video editing.